She tried to ask for help so her stepfather wouldn't hurt her, but everything was lost since her mother let him into their lives without even imagining what he was capable of under his own roof. Riley disappeared from her room without leaving suspicious traces, except for 2 messages that her boyfriend didn't read in time to help her.
If I told you her last text to her boyfriend, we're saying don't talk because she still has the FaceTime on. Andy's in here. I'm afraid.
A last missed call at 5:40 in the morning revealed a dark truth, but it wasn't until 8 days later that her mother understood the gravity of the situation and the big mistake she had made by trusting her boyfriend, Andy.
Police say they believe they have found the of a missing 15-year-old girl.
We had to use, like I said, the photographs of the shoes and the clothes to identify her.
Riley was a good girl, but she had a dysfunctional home. Her mother had 2 jobs to support her family while her stepfather was a drug addict, coming and going in their home, creating an environment no adolescent would want to grow up in. On the day of the disappearance, Chantel didn't suspect her daughter's absence, and even less that she had found her room in disarray, because it was something common for a girl her age. However, a call from the school was the alert she needed to know that Riley's silence meant danger.
When's the last time you saw her?
Like 9, maybe 10-ish.
At night?
Yeah.
And what context was that?
Oh, she was here at the house. She went to bed probably, well, I don't know what time she went to bed, but all the kids were in the room by like 9:30.
Did she leave in the morning?
No.
Andy McCauley was the last to see Riley the day before her disappearance. Although without any evidence, no one cast doubt on him, especially because he presented himself as a very cooperative and concerned man.
If I had something to help you, I'd be doing.
Andy claimed to have been at work all day on May 8, but he forgot to mention something his boss emphasized a lot in his testimony.
He got out of the truck. I noticed his shoes were untied and he was kind of fixing his clothes. Walked up to me and said, "My bad, dog. I'll work late if I need to."
McCauley was absent for more than 4 hours from his job and took a company truck with him, even though he never drove or had a driver's license. The police had no doubt Andy was involved in the disappearance, but without knowing Riley's whereabouts or a motive, their only option was to pressure until the man confessed.
But I don't do nothing with the kid. So where is she? I don't know. If I knew, I would have her home for her mother. I would have my kid from people.
However, Andy stood firm, and the only thing he was able to admit was not of use to the police, who were not interested in arresting him for drugs.
There's no reason Riley would ever be scared of me. She never was scared of me, ever.
The suspect's patience was running thin under the questioning because Riley was, supposedly, like a daughter to him, and it seemed to him that the officers were making up things to incriminate him.
There's no reason for her to be scared of me. I've been there in her life for a year and a half. Taking care of her, giving her everything she needs.
Unfortunately, on May 16, 2019, Riley was found and with her all the necessary evidence to imprison him.
Extremely difficult to go to a family and give them this news today.
Far from where hundreds of people searched for the young girl, the few remains left of her were found thanks to numerous security cameras capturing Andy in the truck linking the route he took to hide Riley. However, the Keller did not want to make any statement about it, leaving completely to the imagination what he did with the young girl.
Andy McCauley went into that bedroom. He murdered Riley Crossman. And then he took what he said was his daughter, loaded her into trash bags, drove down to Tuscarora Pike, and disposed of her daughter, his daughter, as he says, like a piece of trash.
The evidence in Riley's room revealed that the scene was altered, as her mother had entered to look for her, noticing every detail, and when, hours later, she returned to look for clues, many things had been moved.
Here we have like this, so I came in yesterday morning, and I don't remember that being there. I feel like I would have noticed her boat bag still being here, and especially her glasses, because this is not exactly the way it was. I've been in here digging, looking to see if there was a note.
Investigators concluded that Andy ended Riley's life on the night of May 7th and hid her in some part of the house until he could take his work truck to transport her to a place where no one would find her. Moreover, the autopsy revealed that the young girl was likely dead by her stepfather, according to the position of her clothing when found, although no theory is 100% sure due to the state of decomposition of her remains. Still, the paint stains on Riley's shoes, just like the paint on the truck, plus the trash bags Andy requested at his job, were all the evidence needed to prove his guilt. His lawyers pleaded for mercy for him and the possibility of them incarcerating an innocent man. However, the words of Riley's father resonated deeply with the jury, sealing a decision that was surely already made.
Where was the mercy when he walked into her room where she's supposed to feel safe? Where's the mercy when Where's the mercy when he put her in a trash bag and dumped her off the side of the road like garbage?
Unanimously, Andy McCauley was sentenced to life in prison, a decision that gave some peace to Riley's family, but that will never bring back a young girl who lost her life unjustly at the hands of a man who should have done everything to keep her safe.
Riley will be forever frozen in time, only living on in our memories now. And she will forever be 15 years old to us.